Hello, welcome to this week's vlog. And this week we've been to Norfolk specifically to relax ahead of a busy summer and of course to look for adders. Have a look, it's beautiful. Look at that. Little common toad. Let's have a quick peek here. So this is exactly what the grass snakes are hunting for right now. The adults are spawning, as are the common frogs in the broads, and the grass snakes are warming up under the sunshine, under the sun basically, getting up to good operating temperatures, and they're hunting for these guys. And this one's last year's baby common toad, and he is a prime target for pretty much any grass snake that finds him. Their poison is useless against grass snakes. All they can do is puff up and make themselves as big as they can, and hope the snakes can't swallow them. Absolutely gorgeous. Have a close up of his eyes. I just love common toads. And there he is. Quite a bit of heat in that. And there's a toad under there. Just weed on me, basking away. But getting a bit hot for the adders. Let's have a look elsewhere. It's a good habitat. They're not likely to be seen out in the middle of nowhere. You want to be looking really where the sun's shining, exactly where that was. Perfect position, facing the sun, just curled up, catching the rays. But 2-second dash and they're hidden in thick undergrowth from slow old people. So here's something really cute. We've tailed this little guy because we'd give up flipping stuff on camera, and of course as soon as we did that, this little guy comes out now. He's really feisty. His venom's just as potent as an adult's. But this is a tiny baby adder, which would have more than likely been born at the end of last summer. Let's see if we can get him on something a little bit higher up. And again, very feisty. He's already bit the hat a few times. Wow, look at that go. A little bit close up there.
Mind your thumb.
And my thumb's okay. Absolutely stunning, a baby replica adder. Absolutely magnificent. Like most snakes, pretty much perfect replicas of the adults. But look how tiny this guy is here. We're doing him no harm at all, just gently holding his tail. So we can just look at this beautiful little creature, very feisty. And of course, any snake this size, venomous or not, is food for just about anything from hedgehogs to birds to other reptiles. Really, really in peril at this size. So being feisty, having attitude, is one way to try and save your life. But look at this. God, look at it, he's so gutsy. Look at him go. Absolutely stunning. A baby adder, for goodness sakes. We're going to flip his refugia back down, see if we can find his mum. Absolutely beautiful. It's made my spring really, because it's actually been, I reckon, about 30 years since I actually found a baby adder in the wild. Whoa! Absolutely amazing. Let's pop him back. Hold on a second. What a treat. What a treat. A baby adder, a little baby adder like that. Oh my goodness. Let's see what else we can find. Ooh. Okay, we've decided to start filming the last 2 bits to flip. Look at this, quick, come in here, come in here. Look at all these adders. Look at that. Look at that, another baby adder down there. Look at them over there. Wow. Good job we filmed that one. Can you believe it? We've not filmed the last few because there was just nothing under them. Let's have a look at this. Come on down here. This gorgeous girl. Actually, looks more like a gorgeous boy that's not quite sloughed into its breeding colours yet. But absolutely stunning. Come down so you can see it side on, Jackie. Because you've got to get face to face with this guy. Absolutely beautiful. Really good zigzag. Really good zigzag. You can hear it hissing. It's a little bit cross. It was about the biggest one under there. And I think it thought, I'll let the others run, I'll be safe. So we saw 3 or 4 other adders of different sizes and sexes. We saw another baby adder. That's only the 3rd baby adder I've seen that small in my life in the wild. But this is your typical size of an adder. So when people say, oh, I was fishing and I saw an adder and it swam past the end of my rod along the bank and it was this big, and you say to them, oh yeah, was it an adder? Did it have the yellow crescent around the back of its neck? And I go, yes, it did, it did. And of course, it's a grass snake. On the broad that we're on now, here's the irony. People get some good images occasionally of adders swimming. And if people say to me, I saw a snake swimming around where we live, and they think it's an adder, I'd say just that alone would tell me it's a grass snake. But here, the adders do cross around, across the broads and across the ditches, quite happily swimming. Absolutely beautiful snake. Can you get a close-up of its head? Just have a little close-up. Because the eyes are beautiful. You've got to go side on there. Look at that. It's my favourite species of British wildlife. You can keep all your amazing water birds here. This is absolutely stunning. And one thing for sure, 2 things. Support it by the end of its tail, doing it no harm at all. I'm sure it's a bit cheesed off. It's probably never going to be touched by a human again in the rest of its life. And number 2, don't do this yourselves. When people tell you adder bites are like a bee sting, then they've been incredibly lucky and received a dry bite with no venom. If this bites you and envenomates you, you're going to be in hospital, you're going to be poorly, and you're going to be requiring anti-venom. So don't mess with them. But for sure, if you get close up with adders and you're slow, calm, you leave them alone, they've got to be one of the best animals to take a picture of here in the UK. Let's let this guy go. Absolutely gorgeous. One more to flip, come on. I don't know how many we've flipped, and all we found was that one baby. I think that was definitely, we just won the lottery with that last 2. Let's have a look. Look at that. All those tinned refuges, all empty except one with a baby, and then we hit one with about half a dozen adults and another baby. Thank goodness Jackie found that tin to flip. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll see what else we can find. We'll try not to disturb this guy and get it in situ. You can see how that zigzag really breaks up the outline. Even here in bracken, dry bracken, it's like makes them invisible, but this still so hard to spot. And we've got all kinds of bird life here. Lots of herons, we saw spoonbills. You've got lots of birds of prey. See if I can get my shadow off this guy. They've come out, it's been a very cold spring. They're pre-slough. They're just getting their bodies warmed up. Another day will be freezing, so they won't come out, there'll be no sun. And as spring moves on, they'll shed their skin or slough. The males will be that stunning silver. We've seen one like that, but unfortunately not on film. And then the males will start their breeding dances. And I guess the strongest and the best will get to mate with the females. They'll be gravid through the summer months, and towards the end of the summer they'll give birth to live young, a great adaptation to being a reptile living in a cold climate. You can take the eggs with you in your tummy and you can warm them in the sun yourself, rather than just putting them under a rock and not getting enough heat for those eggs to develop. So the eggs are kind of carried inside them without a shell, obviously, and the babies are born in their membrane and burst free. And the babies, you saw how big they are, because the one we caught would have been last summer's and it won't have grown yet. It probably went straight into hibernation. Probably hasn't even fed yet from last autumn. Look at that. Good God, these things are the most beautiful creatures in the world. Absolutely nature at its finest. Absolutely stunning animal. Absolutely gorgeous weather today. It's not just the sunshine warming things up and the air being cold like it has been. It's been a very cold spring. It's properly hot in the sun today, and the tortoises are really enjoying being out now. They've got a little bit shy because I've got so close, but they're not only soaking up the rays, they're really enjoying finding their own food, picking what they like best. There's lots of dandelion leaves, they do like that. The sulcatas are real grazer, they like a lot of grass as well. And Mediterranean, I can't remember what they are. Spurthide? Yeah, I can't remember that. Hermans and ours. Spurthide. A little bit less on the grass, a lot more on the weed diet. But it's great to see them out just soaking up the sun. They have basking lamps, they have UV light in their indoor enclosure, but nothing really for these guys beats being out on a lovely sunny day like this. And it's great to see them. And if you look in here, bless him, he's come out for the UV rays, he's come out for a weed diet. This is the male Spurthide, and the reason he's corralled, well, partly because he's a sex pest and she's getting fed up with him, but the actual reason is, being small, he can still escape our tortoise meadow. So he's in there enjoying the sun, enjoying his food, but not as free roaming as these guys at the moment. Absolutely wonderful. A lovely animal to keep, but like any pet, you've really got to do your research keeping tortoises, and you've got to be in it for the long haul. It's no good buying a cute baby tortoise just because it looks cute, and that's what humans tend to do with pets. Long-term investment. George has had this guy here, this girl here, for 11 years now. It was a yearling, 11 years old, and the sulcata, third biggest species of tortoise in the world. You know, they should outlive all of us in our family. How crazy is that? We're going to have to sort of will them to someone at some point. But a nice addition to the Falconry Centre on our open weekends for our guests to see, roaming around. Who doesn't love a tortoise? I need to speak up. I'm in the eagle corner. Good gracious, it's noisy. New bird we're trying here at Icarus Falconry for our experience days. It's my son's dark phase American red-tailed hawk. Absolutely beautiful. Much darker all over than a normal red-tail. Still got the beautiful red tail. This is his falconry bird, but next year I think Kyle's going to be flying Zeus through the winter. He won't have time to fly the red-tailed hawk, and we're quiet down. And we're hoping it's such a gentle, mild-mannered red-tail that we can add her to our experience day team. Joe and Emily are going to try and teach the bird. Well, he knows how to soar, but teach it to soar for experience days, a bit like the Chilean blue eagle buzzard. Keep watching, and we'll let you know if that works out and how it goes. Come on. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the scenery and especially the reptiles as much as we did. I'm only sad that I didn't catch the only single grass snake we saw, and I didn't get on film a stunning male adder ready molted into its lovely breeding silver dress. But other than that, what a lovely day out. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned, subscribe.